sometimes it just like the gut punch, you're like, oh, never going to be able to do that again, can't do that with my mum, and that is grief. Like one of the first ones that I suppose like really hit me, and it's only when I look back and realise that that's what it was. I was at a friend's baby shower, and her mum is like the loveliest mum, and she was like getting involved, and it was like my friend's first pregnancy, so we're all like excited, the first baby. And I was there on my own because it's a girl I used to work with, so it was like freebies, but the other girl couldn't make it, so I kind of knew some of her friends, but I didn't have like a lot of people to sit with and talk to, and nobody that knew anything about me really. And I remember just sitting at the table, we're all playing like a wee game, and I just like didn't know what it was. Like I had to go to the toilet, and like my friend whose baby shower was saw me come through the toilet, and she could see I was absolutely like in tears, like I couldn't control it. And she followed me. I was like, go away, it's your baby shower, it's fine. She's like, what is wrong? I was like, I don't know. I was like, but all of a sudden I feel like I'm never ever going to be able to do this with my mum. And it was as if she'd passed away. Like I was like, this is never going to happen. You have people all the time talking about, oh, it's okay, she's still here, you can still see her, she's still your mum. I'm like, no, she's not. If she was still my mum, she would be, if and when I ever have a baby, if I'm ever pregnant, she would be organising this, she would be in the middle of it all, she'd be making the food, she'd be making the cakes, she'd be embarrassing me. That's never going to happen. And that was like a weird sensation to have that feeling, and it was the way it just happened, it just like overcame me. I was just like, I'm never ever going to experience anything like this with my mum ever again, and it's just been taken away from me. And I suppose that's what grief is, and it just hits you at times where you don't realise it. The guilt that takes over you as well, like just sitting in work, and you're just sitting doing your job, and you're at your desk, and I'm like, oh, I just hate the fact that she's in a care home just now, probably in her bed, because she's at a stage where she can't sit in her chair because like the way she's moving, and she might fall and hurt herself. So 9 times out of 10 she's in her bed now, and you're just like, oh, I hate the fact that that's what's happening, and you're just feeling really sad that you're kind of continuing living this life, but there's not a minute goes by that you're probably not thinking of her, and how horrific it is that she's just in this situation that's so horrible that you can't help her, and you feel really bad that you're kind of living a life and she's not. And then sometimes you get to a stage thinking, oh, just if she wasn't here it'd be easier for her. I just don't get what she gets from life just now, and that's a really horrible thing to think about as well. And some people might be like, well, that's really bad because she's still your mum and she's still here and she's still living. You're like, yeah, but she's not living a life. And I don't get why you shouldn't be allowed to say that about somebody, because it's harder to say that you wish she wasn't here than actually saying it. Because everybody obviously doesn't want anybody to die. You want people to be in your life forever. But to be able to out loud say that, I think for everybody it would be easier if she died peacefully in her sleep. Is really horrific to say out loud, but I just feel like it's a lot of suffering that the family is going through as well. Mum's doing a lot of suffering, the family's doing a lot of suffering. Dad's life is completely on hold. He's just gone. So in terms of losing a mum, I've also lost a dad. Probably class myself as a carer for my dad because of it all. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not the same as it was maybe 8 years ago, and that's the thing. It just completely changes your family. Like you kind of grieve for that family life, because you almost feel like you can't get together now without talking about dementia, about talking about, oh right, we need to do this for mum, or we need to do that. You don't get together. It's almost like the elephant in the room, and you're just like, I just wish. And I say it sometimes I'm working, like I wonder what it'd be like just to kind of live a normal family life where you don't have to worry about anything or talk about anything. And I get everybody's got stuff they need to worry about and talk about, but some families must be able to get together sometimes and just watch TV, go for a dinner without and that's the other thing, like getting together, because of the way mum is now. For instance, my sister graduated from university, she's done really amazing, became a primary teacher, and we surprised her for going for dinner and mum wasn't there, and we couldn't take mum to the restaurant that we were going to. We couldn't do it. Like Becky went up to mum's care home and saw her and like did things for her, but you just couldn't do that to mum, take her into that situation and put her in a place where we just know, and none of us would have been comfortable either. So you kind of grieve for those experiences of yeah, mum's still here, people say to you, but we can't do this with her anymore, you can't do that with her, you can't go to the nice restaurant and have the nice family meal and sit there, because mum just wouldn't be able to cope in that situation. It'd be unfair on mum to put her through that as well. You go and you have this meal and we all talk and we have nice, like, oh, congratulations, but guarantee everybody sitting around the table is like, but mum's not here. But but afterwards we'll go up and we'll take cake and we'll all sit there with mum, but it's just, you're kind of leading two different lives as well. And that's where it just goes back to, again, people going, oh, but she's still here, she's still your mum. You're like, oh, okay, well, we can't do things that you do with your mum. And you totally get it, but it's just not the same. It's rubbish, yeah. So yeah, you're in a way grieving for all those family things that you've got when we're all still relatively young. And I know I'm eating my own words there by saying age doesn't matter, but there's a lot of experiences still to happen that have just been, they're just not going to happen anymore. My sister's engaged, so my mum's probably never going to be at her wedding. Any future grandchildren, she's never going to be there. So you're totally they're just all gone and stolen from you. So yeah, and it's hard to not feel sad for the loss for future events, and it's weird to think about those future events and think that mum's never going to be there. I just, as much as I'm like, yeah, it's hard to do things with mum, I can't not think about her. So that's weird. Like Christmas coming up, dreading it again. Like, you don't know what to do. It's so hard. Yeah, mum's here, but she's in a care home, and you're like, what do you do? Because you can't sleep over in the care home. Although Dad fought for it last year and he'll do it again this year, so he stayed over on Christmas Eve. It's not normal. It's not normal. You don't have a normal family Christmas, because you're literally in like a small room. There's a big dining room, but everybody's in there with other families, so you're literally having Christmas with strangers, and you don't have the normal Christmas. You're grieving for those silly wee things that mum used to do at Christmas. They don't do them anymore. And I was talking about this like with some colleagues the other day. We were talking about Christmas, and it's weird the things that when you look back you start to realise. Mum did like really cool stocking fillers, and then she went for a phase of not doing them, and we're just kind of like, oh, mum's a bit rubbish, she's not doing the stocking fillers. All the diagnosis and stuff happened, you're like, oh, okay, we realise that's what's happened. And like, I try my hardest, and Fortins don't do them anymore, and I hate that Fortins don't do it, but they do like fondant mice, and mum used to always buy the fondant mice, and I used to always go in her stocking filler. So I used to buy them for my brothers and sisters. I hate crying. And I put them in there just to be goodie bags. And those are the things that you hope that helps your brother and sister. Like, oh, mum used to do that for us. That's what my sister doing that for me. And you're like, so that's the kind of grief, I suppose, that you miss as well. Like, just the things that mum used to do. Mum's still here, but she's not doing them. So that's the whole kind of thing that you don't know how to explain to people. Are the things that you're like really sad and you get really upset about. And you miss it all. I think I've like maybe openly talked about it 2 or 3 times, but to people that I've met through Tide, who I know are in the same situation. I've not spoke about it to my brothers and sisters, to my family. I think I've said it once to my husband and once to my 2 best friends, but I'll be honest with you, I had a couple of drinks. So we were talking about my mum, and I was talking it to Andrew, and I messaged my friends at the same time, and then I've never really spoke about it since, because it's hard to explain the feelings, and sometimes you feel like you maybe just talk and people don't really understand. And how do you bring it up? Just like, if you're, hey guys, wake me up for some drinks, I'm feeling this. Whereas, and totally, friends and family, friends and my husband are like so understanding, but sometimes you feel like you just don't want to burden people with how you're feeling, and you also don't know how to bring it up, and you're maybe too scared to bring it up in case it opens up emotions that you know is inside, but you're a bit scared to just kind of really open it up in case it's just like, whoa, where did that all come from? So I think probably a lot of people have that aspect of it where they just don't know how to start it off, and they're too scared to speak about it because they're too scared to maybe understand truly how you're feeling in yourself. But I do think it needs to be spoken about, otherwise it totally screws up yourself, because you are maybe sitting thinking, why am I feeling like this? Why am I the only one thinking this? Am I the only one feeling this? Is this normal to feel like this? And that's why I think there has to be more open conversation that allows people to actually understand what it is that you're feeling. Otherwise, yeah, you'll just go crazy, just wondering why you're feeling these type of feelings, and but sometimes people probably don't understand what it is. It took me a while to understand what it was, and it took me a while to understand the feelings I was having, but to relate it to grief is probably the most recent thing I've had. Like, for maybe a couple of, like, maybe a year and a half, I've been like feeling quite sad, but not understanding that I was grieving for my mum and the relationship I have with my mum. That's probably a more recent thing that I realised that's what it is that I've been feeling. But I don't know how you get the conversation going as how do we make this, it's okay to talk about it, and this is what you're feeling, and recognising it as like something real. Yeah. It sounds really horrible because I get why people are saying it, but that phrase, "but she's still here," are just like, because then when somebody says to you, "but she's still here," you're like, you really don't, and in a nice way, you get why, as I've said it before, but you get why they're saying it. But when somebody says that to you, it's almost kind of like closes the box again. You're like, I can't have this conversation with you because you're being really nice, and I totally get why you're saying it, but you're maybe not being able to read between the lines, and it's almost that kind of tug of war conversation you're having with someone. You're kind of like putting those feelers out there to somebody, going like, "Oh, it's really sad," or "I'm doing this," and go, "Oh, but at least she's still here," and you're like, okay, like, I can't have this conversation with you because you're not understanding it. But then that's part and parcel of me. I maybe need to go, yeah, I know she's still here, but it's not the same. It's not the same as her being here with you, sitting with your mum, being able to go to the shops and just go and grab some lunch. It's completely different. The feelings and emotions that you have just now are awful, and you hate yourself for sometimes thinking it. Like, I'm very open in this context of how I speak. I'll guarantee you, because I'm going to my mum's after this, I'll guarantee at some point I'll say to my mum, "It's okay, mum." And having to say that to your mum is horrific. And I will say, like, "It's okay, I'll look after everybody, it's okay, you can go." And that's, yeah, it's just to be in a position that you have to say that to your mum, not knowing as well if she's understanding it. And then if she's like, "Why are you saying that to me?" I don't know if she's understanding what I'm saying. Is she going like, "Okay, Tasha, I'm fighting on here," where you're telling me to go? But yeah, I think that phrase or that like terminology that people are using, like, "But at least she's here, at least she can do this," and again, it kind of says in itself that at least, because you're understanding that things have changed, but people are saying, "At least you can do this, at least you can do that," and you sometimes like, "Oh, but I don't want to at least just give her a cuddle," because what will happen is I'll go and visit her today, she'll see me, she'll smile, no idea, people will go, "Oh, but does she know who I am?" No idea if she knows who I am, but she knows I'm a familiar face and I'm friendly. I don't know who she thinks I am, but there'll be that initial second where she'll smile, she'll do a wee laugh that she does, I'll give her a cuddle, and then that's it. There's no interaction in terms of being able to, because she just doesn't look you straight in the eye, she can't hold your hand, she reaches out because we think she's hallucinating. It's that you get like literally a 5 seconds, but those 5 seconds I treasure because I know it's a great interaction I have with her, but that's the only interaction I have with my mum now where I feel like it's a kind of like a connection as a mother and daughter. Yeah, I think the long tangent I went there is the phrase, and people understanding maybe how it feels to have somebody say, "Well, at least she's still here, at least you can still cuddle her," and understanding that it's okay to then turn around and go, "I know, but I wish there was more to it."